Welcome everybody who have joined the webinar room. It's 4:49 and we should be starting the session sharp at 5. Meanwhile, as you have joined, we would definitely love you to utilize this time by reaching out to our Facebook and Instagram and YouTube channel at Education Street is our handle. That will definitely give you a lot of perspective about us, what we do, how we do. So I would definitely uh, ask that we can utilize this time by following us on our social media page where we daily show up, daily come with our content and information related to studying abroad. So, welcome everybody once again, all of you who are joining the room. Rishi, I hope my voice is clear and the PowerPoint is clear. Great. Thank you, Rishi. Meanwhile, I'm running a poll just to understand today's audience. Are you in ninth, 10th, 11th, 12th, or some other grade? So please use that poll to be taken because this will allow me to understand my audience way before. If you're a parent, you can select for your child which grade he or she is in. Meanwhile, Rishi from my team has shared all the social media pages for our daily content and information. I would say Instagram, YouTube, we come with lot of videos, so you can definitely come out there and be there. Moreover, to understand things and also understand things about us because it's very important to have the right counselor, and we are giving an open environment for you to check who we are and how we do things. So that should be one of the good way to start knowing about Education Street. It's 4:53 and we should start our session in another 7 minutes. Welcome all the people who are joining in. We are all set to make a very good session for all of you. In the end, we would also have question and answers. So you can keep pouring your question in the chat function, which is available to you at any point of time. Keep your questions posted there. And by the end, we would take those questions and answer them as many as we can. And there's a poll running in to understand which audience you are in. So are you from 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th? Please let us know about that. Hi Aditya, hi Mrs. Kaur, Adarsh, Bisma, welcome on board. Few minutes before the webinar allows me to have an interaction with all of you. So that's really precious for me. Hi Vivikta, hi, welcome on board. If meanwhile, as you have joined and you think in your school circle or your building circle, anyone would find this webinar to be useful, you may share the joining link with them so that even they can join in meanwhile We have another 6 minutes to start the session. Hi, Aditya. Um, I hope Aditya and others whom I just had a shout out to, we can utilize this time by following the links and join us on our social media platforms. A very good way to understand a lot of things about studying abroad with us. So, my team Rishi has already shared the links with you. Another 5 minutes to start the session. So the poll is going on. Looks very strong for a lot of you from 10th as of now, and ninth, very interesting, and few of them from 12th. Great. So ninth and 10th, early joiners, early years, very good time. In fact, I would say the best time to start the preparation if you're considering to go abroad. So that's really, really interesting. Hello, Neha Irwal. Welcome on board. I hope I am audible and the PowerPoint is seen by all of you. If any technical issues or anything, please write. Please use the chat function for any of your queries, technical or related to the topic today. My team is there to assist you out for the same. So the chat function would be the best place to engage and talk with us. 4:57, 3 more minutes to start the session. How many of you are parents who are attending this webinar? You can use the chat function for interacting. So if you're a parent, you can give a thumbs up or a yes, that yes, a parent is attending. Because undergraduate, yes, it takes a lot for a parent to take or send the child abroad. So definitely, I absolutely love counseling parents about why and how studying abroad can be a game changer for most of you. So if you are a parent listening out to this, you can say a yes or a thumbs up in the chat function. Great to know, Vivikta. We'll surely make your time worth it. So, welcome on board. 4:59, a minute to start the session. As of now, the poll says most of you are from 10th, then follows is 12th, then follow is ninth. I'm surprised that there's no one from 11 so far, but good to see the ninth and the 10 graders out there. And all right, this is 5 and time to start. We always believe that we should respect others' time. So, definitely, we should start for all the people who've joined on time. Welcome, everybody. This is Ankita here. And as promised, we would love to start the session. It's going to be an 40-50 minute session, and then it would follow with question and answers. So at any point of time you have questions regarding the topic or any of the things that you think we have not covered, please have it downloaded on the chat function. You have the chat for us to interact with you, so definitely use that. So let's start. Okay, so welcome everybody again. This is Ankita here, and today's seminar is for undergraduate students. Okay, students and parents who are looking forward to go abroad, may it be US, may it be Canada, may it be Australia, may it be UK. So we are going to talk about most of these areas. However, we are going to start with the groundwork about why you should go abroad, and how, what is the process, what is the application process. Mainly, we are also going to talk about the financial aspects, because studying abroad involves not only your emotional support, that okay, as a parent you're ready to send your child away, but it's also about how deeper your pockets, or how economically you need to support your child. So that's exactly where we are going to get you ready for all these parameters, and that's how our today's session is going to be about. So welcome once again, and let's start and let's roll about. So as I'm going to be today's speaker and I'm the founder of Education Street, I'll quickly like to introduce you who I am, because it's better to understand who's delivering this, right? So this is Ankita here, and personally, I'm an IT engineer. Post that, worked as a software engineer with Tech Mahindra. Decided to do an MBA in finance because I was good with numbers as well. So I thought, let me discover and explore about finance, and I went to do my MBA in University of Leeds in United Kingdom. As I did that, I figured out I'm pretty decent at it. However, I got a good job with British Petroleum in London, and I was working for a year and a half in London there. So around 3.5 years, I was in UK and really loved doing that. But at the same time, there was something, some zeal for me to, some drive for me to start something of my own. So I came back, I returned back in 2010, and I started Education Street. So this is how it's been a decade and more, 10 years plus of experience of mentoring, guiding, supporting students, and that's how I am today in front of you. With a team of 17 people, we are based of Mumbai, but we cater to students across the globe, across India, all states. We have students also from Dubai, Sri Lanka, Singapore, where Indian parents want to send their child abroad. So that's about us. And personally, I'm a mother to a young daughter, and I have a very strong hustling husband. I love traveling. Of course, it's a part and parcel of my job as well. Almost 28 plus countries I've traveled to, and that's how I am hooked to meditation and self-help books. I really love reading. So that's just to know, for you to get engaged with me, who I am and what my company does. So bringing upon studying abroad to you. Okay, I know a lot of parents. I just ran a poll, and as the poll caters, there are parents who are there from 9th, from 10th mainly, and of course 12th and 11th also now, but 9th and 10th, and such young kids, kids with 16 years, 17 years, 18 years. So probably when they go abroad, they're going to be 18 or 17, or such around. All the parents always ask me primary first question, even if they have the thought of sending their child abroad, but typically they always have this question to themselves, that shall I send my child abroad, or why shall I send my child abroad? There are varied, you know dilemmas which parents have. So I just want you to know that what is that is going to be there for your child when you send your child to any of these countries. Okay, so first and foremost, how much ever, so no way I would say that Indian education is not right. Okay, I never demean Indian education. I see there's a lot of progress, I see there's a lot of good institutes, but we all know the competition is way above what it is. And are we ready for our child or our students to go into some mediocre schools just because the competition is so high? That makes the pain point of most of the parents. So saying these good institutions abroad definitely offer you all this, which gives a very big platform to your child. First and foremost, we don't want bookish knowledge, we don't want academic driven thing, we want which is very practically driven. So that's number one point why students go abroad, or why parents send kids abroad, because they want hands on. The kids want something, their curiosity wants something where they try to find their own answers, and that's exactly what abroad universities provide you with. Second is that you can tailor courses. Now, this is something which is very rare in most of the institutes in India, not all, but most of the institutes, where there is a fixed curriculum. If you're going for computer science or engineering, there's a fixed curriculum. I don't have a choice where I can tailor, experiment, and try to get my own course. So that's where the universities abroad come in picture. As because the third point, you're allowed to take subjects from interdisciplinary subjects. So I may be interested in economics, I may be interested into computer science, and I together make my course. So this is where studying abroad comes in picture, where your child is allowed. And I see interdisciplinary education is very important because you get to amalgamate a lot of things which your child could be interested in. Fourth is problem solving skills. Now, this is something which I can go gaga over, but I think to cut it short, studying abroad is all about removing them from a comfort zone, which we all know has become a problem to a child, because how much ever we deny as parents, there's everything given out to them without even asking. Now, that's exactly, even if the child is sharp enough, or even if the child wants to do something of it, it never comes to that child, right? So right from the room being ready, the food being ready, to the school bag being ready, everything is set for them. But when you go abroad, from the day you land, it's exactly what they try to solve their issues, their day, they plan their day better. So in a way, you are trying to improve your child for the future problem solving skills, and that's exactly what I feel is the most top notch point when it comes to studying abroad, because your child gets an opportunity to do so. So these are something very important point. Then global network, we all know, of course, if he goes abroad, the child would have global perspective, very broader horizons, very broader perspectives and ideas, because he or she will see different culture, different nationalities, different food culture, all of these things. That brings a lot of perspective to the child. So global network definitely. And at the end, once the students start to learn to live their day by their own, handle their own problems, pay their own bills, cook for themselves, self-esteem and confidence is to another level. Now, this is why we say, when you do things on your own, your confidence becomes way above, right? A lot of children here are not reaching or meeting that criteria because probably they've not got an opportunity to explore themselves. Now, before we start to the next point, I think that could have given you some of the idea that why you should send your child abroad, right? Now, let me talk about that. As you're interested to send your child abroad, the basic question which a lot of parents have, and they always come out with, queries about it, that my child is, say, from HSC board, or state board, or my child is from IB, or my child is from ICSC, or is it allowed, is it like only IB board students can go abroad? It's all a myth. So let me tell all the parents who are in ninth and 10th and who are wondering or worried about that whether I should put my child into 11th and 12th for IB. It's not true. You may be into any school, you could be in any board, it doesn't matter. Schools abroad, universities abroad are very much aware that we have different states, we have different boards, and different schools follow different ways of scoring. So that's exactly what should put you into peace, and you should not worry about which board your child is in. You should worry about academic excellence in that school. Okay, so this is what matters. So you may be from any of these boards or any of the boards which I have not mentioned it out here. You're absolutely good. Your child is absolutely good. Put him into a right school. Do not worry about the board. So any school who you know is near to you, good to you, and feasible to you, you should be looking for the school and not the board. So this is something which I want to start with before we start our studying abroad journey, because it's a very important question. And as I see from the polls, a lot of students are from ninth and 10th. So do not worry from which board you are. You can eventually go into the same board in 11th or 12th, or whatever is suitable for you. Now, talking about US education system, I know a lot of you would be looking for some other countries. Do not worry, I'm talking about US because yes, it's the godfather of most of the studying abroad study destination. So I've picked that, but I'm going to talk about varied countries as well. Okay, so firstly, let me establish the word high school. High school means your 9th, 10th, 11th and 12th. Okay, most of you, I can see from the poll, are from these grades. Your journey to go abroad starts, from the area of ninth. How, I will explain you in the future. Okay, I have my slides there which I will talk about. So in US, when you go, the first year after your 12 that you take your admission is called as freshman admission. Okay, so you're taking an admission into bachelor's. Your first year of your bachelor's is called as freshman. Your second year is called as a sophomore. A third year is called as a junior year, and the last year is called as a senior year. Typically, US, Canada, Germany, a lot of these degrees are for 4 years. Okay, so that's how the difference work. Like we in India typically have 3-year bachelors for BCom, BA. Only engineering has 4-year degrees. So just to give you a hands up and ready to use definitions and nomenclatures, high school means 9, 10th, 11th, and 12th. And freshman admission is what we all are going to take for you after your 12th, when you're looking out to go abroad into any of the countries. Okay, so this is how things. Any point, once again, for all the new joinees, please use the chat function for your questions. Okay, I am going to cater to these questions by the end. Okay, so now when we are thinking of going abroad, again, any country, US, UK, Canada, Australia, there are three things the university looks at. The admission officer, when we are applying, it is based on three pillars, I would call it. Okay, so if you're looking, they look at school performance, they look at your test scores, which is your SATs or ACTs, TOEFL or IELTS. I'll come to that also, who require to take what. And the third is your extracurriculars. Okay, who should do that, what should we do in extracurriculars? I'll cover all of these. Is this clear to most of you who have joined in now? Three components for your application for studying abroad. Can I see how alive my audience is? Can we have a yes or a thumbs up in the chat function? It's very good if people interact, because that shows I'm not talking to the screen. So if you can please pour in your yeses or your thumbs up in the chat function, would definitely help me to understand I'm not talking to the screen, but I have the audience. Yes, here it comes. Thank you, Kunal, Juhi, Aditya. Thank you so much. Thank you, Smita. Thank you, Bisma. All right. Okay. This makes me feel, the right audience is right there. Thank you, Naman, Jadev, Sheetal. Thank you so much. Okay. So these are the three parameters, and we'll now talk in deeper what are these. Okay. So the first pillar, as I explained, school performance. Okay. Now the school performance is something which is very important for all of the parents and students who have attended here. When I apply to any country, I apply a year prior. That means while your child is in 12th, that means your 12th scores are not even there when I am applying. Please understand this. Okay, so all of you who think that I will perform well in 12th and get an admission into a university abroad as I want, doesn't work. Your scores in your 9th, 10th and 11th goes, and they are taken into consideration. So I hope I can bust a lot of your doubts here, that how you have to be prepared if you're looking out to go abroad. So your 9th, 10th and 11th score is very important. All the students who are in 9th, you have all the 3 years to perfect it. If you are in 10th, no worries, 10th is again important, 10th and 11th you can do it. So whatever is left, please do your best. Whatever is done, we cannot do anything over the spilled beans, but you have whatever you have in hand, you please change it. If you are in 12th, I understand we don't have much, but we can see what we can do in that case as well. Okay. So your school performance. So if you are looking for any intake to go abroad, typically it is September or it is January in those countries. September intake is the main intake to go to any country. Okay. So just for an example, whichever year you pass your 12th, that September is going to be your joining date. Okay. So say if you're passing your 12th next year, 22, you're going to go in September 20, sorry, next year, September 23, you're going to go into September 23, which is a fall intake. Okay. So saying that for September 23, all the students have to apply this October, November, a year prior, with your 9th, 10th and 11th scores. So please keep this in importance. As I say in the second point, grade 12 performance may or may not be accounted unless IB school, where predicted scores are provided. Okay. So predicted score is a concept which IB schools do, where they try to showcase before their final exam that we see the student may, they gauge that you may appear and you may get a score around this. So that is how the predicted scores come, but not all boards given. Okay. Don't get confused about this. So this is how, the 12th grade thing work. So you have to perform your high school. You have to improve your high school performances all in your 9th, 10th and 11th. With subjects, some subjects typically are taken at high regard, which is like maths, English, foreign languages. These are taken as a higher. So could be in sciences, it could be your, even sciences like PCM, physics, chemistry, maths, depending on what course you are going in. Like maths, some of you have not taken. It's okay if you have not taken. Okay. But there are some universities which are very high on maths, even of whatever course you're going in, at least business or sciences program. Then in that case, we cannot apply to them. You don't have to be worried about, everybody has a fit for it. That's why a counselor comes in picture. Okay. But as you're planning ahead, as you want to do things ahead, please look into it that you perform well in your 9th, 10th and 11th, because an admission officer outlook is sitting there, that if you have a past academic excellence, then only you look like a student who would have academic excellence in future. I disagree. You may also disagree, but understand this, guys. They don't know you. They don't know your board. They don't know your system. So what they have is a paper, right? So they need something on the paper to decide on you. Apart from the paper, yes, there are other elements to your applications also, which we work together so that your application goes much more stronger. Let me come to that part as well. I hope the school performance I have given immense importance in the three pillars, which is school performance, test scores and your extracurriculars. School performance is the most important one. Let me tell you, at least 60 to 70% weightage is given to your academic records. Okay. Now coming to the test scores. Okay. Now most of the countries have different tests. Okay. SAT or ACT is very concentrated towards US. So if you're someone who's not looking to go to US, typically you can escape this exam. Okay. But if you are in your 9th and 10th is the right time to start your SAT scores. You can still give this SAT and keep, because you are not aware after 2 years what you're going to do, right? So in this case, this is an aptitude test. It requires 3 to 3.5 months or 4 months preparation. At Education Street, we have wonderful coaching out there where we do maths and English both for SAT. So SAT is regarding maths and English. We have very focused classes. So that means we have only 2 or 3 people in one batch, and we deliver a very powerful programming coaching for the same. SAT is out of 1600 and it requires you a good practice of 3 to 4 months. Out of 1600, a good score would be 1400 plus. So after 10th exam, this is the right time to start your SAT. If you are in your 11th, again, we can start, definitely do it then. SAT happens only 5 times a year. Okay, so it's not like I can take any time, anywhere I wish. It happens only 5 times a year. It is typically around May 1, then it's in November, December, January, and so on. Okay, so there are few months that's exactly where the test is conducted. We help you with that as well. There is another test which is newer in the block, but it is very similar and serve the purpose as SAT, where you can go, which is called as ACT. Now, why ACT you can think of taking? If you think you are good, your child is good in sciences, they have a third component that is added: maths, English, and sciences. So as you understand, this exam is not for everybody. If you are from humanities, or arts, or you're from commerce, you would not know anything about sciences. So if you are from computer science areas, or you're from sciences PCM areas, you can look for ACT. Okay, this score is out of 36. You need to score something 30, 32 plus. That's how the scoring happens. Same, ACT is also valuable everywhere, but it has science as an additional component. So between SAT and ACT, yes, SAT is the most popular exam, and we have coaching for SAT as well. Okay, sorry, we have coaching only for SAT. So we take classes for which are around 2 to 3 months, which allows your child to be very well prepared for the exams. Okay, so this is how the SAT exam. But as I said, both these exams are very US centric. If you're not looking to go to US, you're looking to go to UK, you're looking to go to Canada, or you're looking to go to Australia, wherever, this exam is not required. Then what is required? You need to take up another exam which is called as an English test, either TOEFL or IELTS. Two exam are there. TOEFL is test of English foreign language, TOEFL. IELTS is another exam. Either of the exam, or not and, or is what we have to take. Okay. However, I'm just going to talk about one exam because both these exams are similar. Pattern is similar. Just that there are two different bodies. ETS conducts TOEFL. IELTS is conducted by IDP. Okay. Earlier it was British Council, but now it has been bought over by IDP. Okay. So these are the two exams. So TOEFL is around 4 hour exams, cost around 16,000 rupees. It's out of 120. You need to score, say, around, 100 plus. That is what you need to take in about. And the validity of this exam is only 2 years. So SAT, I forgot to mention, the validity is 5 years. So I can take in 10th. But this exam is valid only for 2 years. So I would probably take while I'm in my 12th. Okay. I won't take it right now. I will take it while I'm in my 12th. This exam is much more simpler as compared to SAT. It's not an aptitude test. Most of you can prepare and very confidently deliver a very good score, because this exam tests you for reading, writing, listening, and speaking in English. An exam which is conducted every month. So unlike SAT, which happens only 5 times a year, this exam is conducted every month, 3 to 4 times. There are popular cities wherein most of the cities have it, but if you don't have it, you need to travel to your nearby cities. Okay. So this is how the exam is. A very simple exam where they give you content about reading and you need to answer questions about it. Then listening, there are videos and you need to answer questions about it. So it's basically for them. This exam is basically for the universities to believe that you can comprehend things in English, because it's an English speaking country, an English speaking delivery of the course. So they want to be confident that you're comfortable when you come there. This score doesn't define which university you would get. Okay. SAT is an aptitude test. The higher the score, higher the chances to get a better university. TOEFL and IELTS, you need to score good for them to take you as a person who knows English. Not that if I get the highest in TOEFL or IELTS, I get the best university. No. At the end, universities which do not take ACT and SAT score, they are fully going to focus on your academic scores and your extracurriculars. I hope I'm conveying the message rightly and strongly to you, that what is to be done when you're looking out to go abroad. Now, the third pillar, which is your extracurriculars, which is, I would say, around 10 to 15% of your application. So if someone comes to me and says, which happens a lot of time, that my son or my daughter is not very academically well scored, but has done very good in extracurriculars like sports or hobbies or, dance or a lot of things which people come up with, spell bee competitions and all these things. Unfortunately, that's really nice. That's something which is very worthy as well. But the university sitting out there analyzes the academic strength also along with your extracurriculars. So what extracurriculars you can get your child doing, okay? Please, please, please do not go for 100 things in that. There are 100 things which people will come out with, and you will definitely consume a lot of your energy of your child. Please let this be interest driven. Please let it be child driven. As a counselor, I have been telling parents, just stick to 2 to 3 things. Do not try to do 100 things, because that's going to take away your child's interest and also not have any time for your child to do things on their own. Okay. So even universities out there want to know the depth of the activity that you're doing. Now, what all activity you can do, sky is the limit, but I have just noted down few of them for you to work upon. It could be a leadership quality or a leadership designation in your school. It could be anything related to sports, dance, music. I have a lot of students who have come to me who are state level, national level. You can have a good scholarship, because sports is something which is very, very interesting for them. So you can look out for. If you're doing dance, say if you're doing kathak, please don't go into like, I'll do kathak also, hip hop also, contemporary also. No, that's not what they want. They want, if you have done kathak, at what levels you have done. I've done it for 3 levels, I've done it for 4 levels. That's the depth that you have to show them. That's how they show. You show how consistent you are. Doing 100 things means that you're just all over places. You have not realized what is interesting for you. It could be writing, school magazines, blogs, poetry. You can get yourself immersed into it if you're good at writing. It could be any kind of arts, graphics, painting, photography. This is very important for people who are going for design schools or going for architecture. Very critical for them. Internships. If you have the opportunity to work into a company for a month or two, just to bask upon the things what they have to offer you. Social services, so volunteering experiences and stuff. So if you can work in an NGO, teach kids, or support the groundwork reality of NGOs. That's how you can immerse yourself. Again, I would say to parents and children, please don't go for everything. Please try to do what appeals you. It could be a science project, it could be a project, it could be a competition like Spellbee or Olympiads. It could be any of these, but it has to be focused on your energies and your interest. Okay. This would be 10 to 15%. Okay. So all the students who are there in 9th and 10th, at Education State, we start you early with our counseling, which is called as profile building mentoring. So this is exactly where I mentor students along with my team, that what they can pick up in next three months. So we have sessions every three months to have a discussion about what to be done, how to be done, and give you those videos or those courses or those opportunities about what you can do in the next 3 months along with your academics. Okay. So that is profile building mentoring, which is another service apart from country counseling. But I'm just trying to introduce you because there are a lot of parents who are there in 9th and 10th as well. Also, there are a lot of kids who are not clear about what careers. One is to select what career to go in for. Like, I want to be say an architect. And another thing is, right now, while I have to select whether I have to take arts, commerce, or science, or whether what degree shall I go for. I should go for Bachelor of Sciences, or I should go for Bachelor of Design and stuff. So we do in this PBM service, the main outcome of this service is to align your interest to your career option. So we do that into our PBM services as well. So all of you who are interested can definitely get in touch with us to understand how we offer that. Okay. Now coming to the application component. So I've covered the 3 pillars. Now I'm coming to the application stage. When you're going abroad, these are the documents which are required to apply to any university. Okay. So it's quite a lengthy process. It's quite a hectic process, but it's quite good when we start on time. And that's exactly why I think most of you have registered this early to start. And this webinar is definitely help in directing you that what your efforts should be at. Okay. So resume is a document which we all understand and we require. However, a resume would be nothing. It would be a very plain one or a very basic one if you have not done extracurriculars or if you have not done anything. So understand, a resume goes in the application. In the resume is the place where I write about my internships, my volunteering. I write about my um, online certifications and stuff which I've done. So this is where the work starts way before. So if I started 9th, 10th, 11th, I have a good resume which I can prepare in 12th. So understand, it is like a journey step by step. The second document that I require is your essays. An essay which writes about you, what you have done, what you like, why you want to study abroad. To just give you an example, say your son is into hiking. I may start my first para with talking about hiking. That, I really love hiking. I love the heights. I love the efforts that you put in. And when you reach the top, you really feel like you've achieved something, very, very, big. And that's how I feel when I come to your university along with my bachelor's of science program. I think I would be very interested in participating in the hiking areas around you, because that will allow me to interact with people. I would love to take hiking to my cohort and my classmates. So these are varied things how we come up with a reflection or a story of your child. Now this is something your child may not understand how to write, so we have editing services. We do not ghost write. That doesn't mean that we will write it from the plain slate. No, it doesn't work, because that will harm your application. There are a lot of counselors who would say we'll write and give it to you, but it is at your cost. We need the content, we need the story of your child, and my editors will beautify it, glorify it, to make a story which sounds like your son and your daughter and not someone else's son and daughter. Okay, so this is how we work on your essays. So we do the editing services. Every university abroad requires it, parents and students. It is a lot of work which we have to do way before the applications. Okay, so this is how the essays come in picture. The third set of document is letter of recommendation. We require 3 of them. Who can give these letters? People who know your child. It's not you, it's not your neighbor, it is not someone who is a big CEO, it is your school counselor, it is your teacher, it is your coach. If you're into sports, we can have a sports coach write about it, or if you have done an internship, then it could be from the internship area. So ideally most of the students have teachers. So we take from 9th, 10th and 11th teachers. So all the students are listening to me. Please be good to your teachers, because they are going to come in picture. They are the ones who are going to submit things about you. So definitely need to nurture with them. Okay. How to write it, what is to be included in it. That's exactly where education state teams come in picture. We support you, we guide you. My editors tell you, we give you samples to build a nice story which vets, which authenticates that this is your child. Okay, so this is how we come in picture with the letter of recommendation. So these were the documentation that we require. Okay, and as I had earlier mentioned to you, we require 9th, 10th and 11th scorecards, transcripts, but these are how the documents goes in. Now let's talk about, so we have thought about why we should study abroad. We have spoken about what is the application steps. We have spoken about what the admission officer looks into. Now we are going to talk about the destinations. The thing is, you have far more, a lot of options to consider. At this point of the webinar, I cannot pick the right destination for you, for which I definitely recommend you that you need to align a one-on-one discussion, a one-on-one session with me, to align things for you in a more suitable, customized way for you. So at this platform, I'm going to give you an overview. But if you want to have a one-on-one session before you even join our session, okay, our counseling services, which I'm going to share with you, you may take one-on-one appointment, a Calendly link, which my team will share very shortly, wherein you can book a one-on-one session with me for 30 minutes, where we can talk about what is your requirement and how things can work the best for you. Okay, so this is how you can come to our one-on-one appointment system as well. So Rishi will share that one-on-one session as well. and you can take and book an appointment as per your time convenience. Okay, so let's start with popular study destination. I think we most have these in mind. Maybe US, UK, Canada, Germany and Europe, Australia, New Zealand, and many more, of course, but these are the popular destinations which we have in picture. Now, definitely these are popular, and why not, right? We have seen a lot of people going out there. We have seen that, they have been stable out there. So every country has their USP, okay? Just to give you a nice overview with them, US as a country is a godfather. We all know, right? It's a super economy, a super country, and it has all kind of areas that you're looking out for. However, if you're looking for US, you should look for areas which are under STEM, that is science, technology, engineering, and maths. Okay, because there are more popular job avenues, H1B work visas given to these candidates. So I'm openly saying that STEM program should be a very good, strong point to send to US if you're looking out to stay back there and be there. But if you're looking for citizenship, US doesn't offer very easy citizenship areas. We all know that about, right? So I would definitely say that you need to keep in mind when you're choosing a country few things. It is basically what is the cost of education, cost of living, what kind of course, what kind of job opportunities for that area of your child, also permanent residency, also weather. So all these things are very important points selecting a country out there. We can definitely help you out with that, and that's why we are talking about all those things. Now coming to United Kingdom. United Kingdom is basically a country which offers a bachelor's degree for 3 years. So US has all degrees for 4 years. UK has for 3 years. 1 year reduction saves a lot of money for you. So that could also be a point of talk, right? UK, again, an English speaking country. IELTS is the only country that you require in for. So these are a lot of things which you could look out for. UK currently needs people because of Brexit. It has a lot of good policies coming in for students to stay back. It gives 2 years stay back option after your course. Allows you to apply for PR. So this could be a very good point for UK as well. What is the cost of education? What is the living cost? I'm going to talk about it in a very nice way. You will all have the comparisons just in our next slide. Rishi has already shared with you an appointment link for Calendly, where you can book a one-on-one session with us, a 30-minute session with me. So I would be taking charge of that. So you can book an appointment with the same for me. Now coming to Canada. Canada, very PR attractive, permanent residency attractive, very good country to be in. Again, they have different institutions which can allow you to save a lot of money because it's 20 to 30% cheaper as compared to US and UK. So that could be an idea, but of course, a very cold country. So you need to check on that. Very welcoming, very warm country, has good job avenues, a sister country to US, so definitely could be looked at as a sister approach in future that you may think of going to US. So that could also be an angle. Germany and Europe. Europe is too vast, but I cannot talk about each countries. But yes, could be a very good country to go in for. Germany, very language oriented. Very, if you are open, your child is open to learn the language. A great destination because a lot of STEM programs, science, technology programs, engineering programs are taught without any tuition fees. Yes, you heard me right. But there are a lot of ifs and buts. It's quite competitive, lesser seat size, so not available for everyone, but definitely a worthy try if you have good grades in your 9th, 10th, and 11th, 12th, also because they want 13 year of education. So if a child wants to go to Germany, needs to do 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13th year, then only get an admission into first year of bachelor's. So as I said, every country has different ifs and buts and USPs. You need to find your right fit, and we welcome you to have a one-on-one session with us so that we can do that right fit for you as well. Okay. Australia, again, very, very welcoming, PR giving country, 3 year bachelor's, very good scholarships available out there. Part time jobs are the highest payer, so students very happily remove their living cost on their own. So again, could be a very, very good option. New Zealand, a boutique country. Some courses are very, very popular. Some universities are over the top, very good. So you can definitely look at New Zealand. It is almost 20 to 30% lesser cost as compared to Australia. So that could also be a point of discussion. So these are popular study destinations. There are much more than this. There's Netherlands, there's Sweden, there's Norway, there's Ireland, which are European countries, and they are definitely very worthy enough. But we cannot cover all of them until and unless what is useful for you, right? So that could be a customized counseling which we can have with you. Now, coming to the application procedure, so I have made you understand that when we go abroad, there are step by step things to be covered, right? So we have entrance test, which I covered, SAT or IELTS or TOEFL. This is what we need to take first. Then we need to start shortlisting the universities according to your academic grades, extracurriculars, and entrance test scores, which we at Education Street guide and help you out with. And then we start with the application material, which is your essays, your resume, your letter of recommendation. So these are the very stage which starts. So if, as I explained you, that if we are going to September next year intake, we have to apply this October, November. That means all this application procedure starts way before. Yeah. So that's why I said, and that's why I have invited all the parents who are there in 9, 10, 11, because that's how your journey starts before. Right. So I'm going to set up the timelines also for you to understand how you can work in which grade you are accordingly. Okay. Now, very pressing point, cost of education. We all know studying abroad comes with its own cost. And that's very important for me to share with all the parents out here mainly, because I want to tell you out first and foremost thing. It is an expensive affair, but it is invaluable. It's very valuable, because and very worthy of each penny that you spend. But saying this, I want all the parents to refrain from sending their child abroad if in case it's going to be a very heavy pressure on you. It's going to be a very, very pressing times. You are going to be in a big juggle, because if you are in a huge pressure, if you are in a very financial crisis situation, you should not think of doing that, because I feel if you are troubled, even they are troubled. Okay. So please don't make that chain of pressure for each other. If you can stretch little and send, makes sense. But if you it's going to be a huge stretch, as a counselor being into this industry, I don't want to promote that. Okay. Because I feel it is a big chain of pressure, demotivation, what do you say, unhealthy life. So I really don't want that for any of the parent. I want to chuck that out or cut that out thought right now. If you think it's going to be a huge financial pressure for you, it's okay, your child will be good here as well. So don't pressurize yourself. But with a little pressure, loan, whatever, everybody takes a loan. You have money or you don't have money, everybody takes a loan. So if that works for you, you will be able to, little pressure here and there, it's okay, but should not be an overstretch. Okay. So that's what I would give a message to most of the parents out there. Okay. Now, coming to the cost of education, the education varies from 8 lakhs to 30 lakh rupees per year. A huge range which I'm giving, but that's how it works. So all the parents who are out there, if you set a budget for yourself and your child, I can find the right fit for you. Okay. I can definitely support you that what can suit your budget. Okay. So this is where the clear picture comes in. First and foremost, fix your area of budget. That will allow us to consequently work the best for the country and also the university. You have a lot of options. As I say, 8 to 30, you have lot of options. Okay. So that's where you need to go in for. All the people who are using the chat function, if you're ready, if you're interested for one-on-one, Rishi has shared the appointment for Calendly. Please join, please register there, and you will have a one-on-one session with me. Okay. All right. So this is how the cost of education comes in picture. Now coming to the, why does this cost vary, right? 8 lakhs to 30 lakhs बहुत हो जाता है. I agree on that. Why does it vary? It varies because of all this. Higher the ranking of the university, higher the fees. If the university is a private one, higher the fees. A lot of universities are state level, government funded. So the fees is 20 to 30% lesser. Location, I want to send my child only to New York, I want to send my child only to London. Cities will definitely demand high fees. Why do you want your child to be there only? If I want to save money, send to another states or another places. You don't have to worry, your child is going to be there for 3 to 4 years in that country. They will have all the opportunity to explore, learn, network, have the culture and all the benefit. It's not true that only cities have the right universities abroad. Universities across that country, they're developed countries. Of course, the other states are also developed. So if I want to be cost effective, there are ways to be cost effective. Okay. So location is there. And then credit hours, that depends on how many and what subjects you're taking in for. Okay. So that's why the fees vary from 8 lakh to 30 lakhs. Okay. So this is how you can look out for. Now coming to living expenses. So one which I discovered or I spoke about right now was my tuition fees. Now your child has to stay there, live there, eat there, travel there, right? So every country has different costing, but again, the range would be around 6.5 to 9 lakhs per year. Okay. Now this has four components where your expenses come to: the rent of the child, groceries, utility bills, and some ad hoc, like, some shopping or, home things, or their socializing and stuff. So this is there. So typically your expenses as a parent that you need to support a child every month would be around 45 to 65,000 Indian rupees. Okay. So this is where the costing can be removed, lessened, if your child stays in share accommodation. That's what all of you as a parent should do. So this is very important, that living expenses can be curtailed if you have money or you don't have money, but there could be a balance done here. All this living cost is a part which parents and students should understand, that the student can remove this living cost when they are going abroad. It is very unlike here, right? In India, we never think a student who's just joined BCom or just joined BSc, we never think okay, they should work part-time, because it's a barrier to parents only first. Forget about society. We think, why would my child work? It's okay, I'll support. No, it doesn't work that way when you go abroad. Every child needs or doesn't need it. Please insist them to do studying abroad, because that's how the education abroad is. The classes do not happen every day. The classes are 4 days a week. That means they have another 3 days. It's not free. Let me tell you, it's not free the other 3 days. They have a lot of assignments. There's no spoon feeding in the education system. So that means they have to do immense reading. They have assignments which they have to write on their own, giving their own reasoning. They cannot copy because it's plagiarism. They have techniques, they have softwares which skim through their projects if they have been copied from somewhere. So all the tactics which works in India, it won't work there. So saying this, but they still have, and they're allowed to work 20 hours per week. Okay. So they can remove the living cost. All this 6.5 lakh rupees or 7 lakh rupees, whatever they're going to spend in that country, say after 6 months or 1 year, they will start removing on their own. So this is the beauty of studying abroad, getting them right there in the ground, out of their comfort zone, to actually know and learn and explore themselves. So this is the beauty of studying abroad. Now coming to country wise cost of education. So as I said, you can take a snapshot, or you can email us. We would send you the PowerPoint and stuff. So this is how the cost of living works. Okay. So first of all, Canada. Okay. So Canada, the tuition fees range from say 15 to 22 lakh rupees a year. So living cost is around 6 lakhs. The duration of the masters is either 3 years or 4 years. So I would say holistically it would be around 84 lakh to 1 cr. Okay. UK, 12 to 22 lakh rupees a year, 7 lakh rupees living cost. The duration of most of the masters is 3 years, so it becomes 87 lakhs. Okay. This is all approximation and average cost. It could go lesser than this also, it could go higher than this also. Okay. But this is a rough estimation, a good estimation for you to understand which country is suitable for you. Australia, 12 to 18 lakh rupees per year. Okay. 6 lakh rupees is your living cost. 3 years is the duration. Around 72 lakh rupees is what you pay. All the living costs which I'm mentioning, parents and students, all this living cost would not come to you, because the child is going to remove it on its own. So you can look at that also as a fees, as an understanding. US, of course, higher, 16 to 24 lakh rupees. 7 lakh rupees is the living cost, 4-year degree, so around 1.5 CR. Okay, that's how the education system in US works. Germany, as I said, yes, tuition fees is free. Living cost is what you need to support, 7 lakhs, 3 to 4 years duration of the course. So around 21 to 28 lakh rupees is what you would spend. New Zealand, 12 to 22 lakh rupees, living cost is 7 lakhs, duration is 3 years, and the total cost is around 87 lakhs. Okay. Singapore, 14 to 18 lakhs, 6 lakh rupees is your living cost, 3-year duration mostly, 72 lakh rupees is Singapore for you. European, I'm holistically covering European, not particular state. So 8 to 15 lakhs, 7 lakh rupees is your um, living cost. 3 years is your duration, so around 66 lakh rupees is what you would spend when you're looking for European destination. So these are some comparison which will allow you to understand that what would be suitable for you. Okay, so this is where studying abroad comes in picture. Now scholarship, a lot of parents want this, right? And why not, right? It is a huge cost. So scholarship is something which is given at undergraduate level the highest. PG or masters is least, PhD again is the highest. Okay, so when I say this, it doesn't mean everybody gets it. Okay, there's a strategy also which is to be played behind it, which I as a counselor help the students to play in and the parents to play in. So if you are looking for scholarship, first and foremost, there is no scholarship directly applied. First and foremost, we have to do all the process of making our essays, our letter of recommendations, our transcripts, our exams and everything, and we have to apply to that country. Okay, so until and unless I apply to that university, I and you don't know what scholarship will come in. I know this, that every university gives scholarship. How much they will give you, what they will give you, can only come once they have given you an offer. So anyone out there, there are a lot of people who will tell you that we will guarantee you scholarship. Of course they will guarantee you scholarship. A lot of counselors out there want you to come to them and lurch you with saying ki, okay, we will give you scholarships, and we have track record of 100% scholarship, because they are going to send you to universities which are very down the level for you or your child. That is like a straight walk in, right? We don't deal with such universities. We send a child only to university where their career progression is going to be at a higher pedestal. We are paid counselors. I'm going to talk about my counseling fees as well, because I am working for you, I am working for your child. You're sending your 18-year-old abroad, you need to know where you're sending. You need to send to a right setup. You cannot not work and send to a right platform. So that's what we do. We make the best applications and apply to the best universities. It could not be that best universities only the top 10 or the top 20 that you have heard of. Unfortunately, that is also a myth. There are universities which are there in top 50 in US has 4,000 universities. Do you think the top 100 is not good? The top 100 is also good to apply for, but unfortunately what we know is the top 20 only. Okay, so saying this, but there are a lot of ifs and buts which we come to picture when we know your child's profile and your interest as a parent. We need to amalgamate both of that. So saying this, yes, there are scholarships, only we get it after we apply to the country. The scholarship would be need based, merit based, or sports based. I cannot comment much now here, but yes, there are 20% scholarship, 30% scholarship, some who do not get anything. Okay, so I would say I am not promising any scholarship, but my aim and my efforts and my application is of that quality that we may get some scholarships by the end. But yes, you will get the best possible university that your child can get, because that's where our efforts is. Okay, so this is how we support in for. So, how do a parent think about funding? Of course, it is your own money. Firstly, it could be self funded, but it's a huge money. Most of them, even if they have it, they may have it in shares, property, gold, all invested. So, don't worry, you don't remove from them, but you can look for a loan. Educational loan is a great option to go in for. Education Street helps you for loans as well. There are scholarships, there are tuition fees which also come your way to support you. There are part-time work opportunities, which I said removes and helps the child to remove the living cost. So whatever price I gave, I call it as sticker price. That's actually what you should be ready with, but you may not spend that. Okay, so there are a lot of funding options are also available which we can cater once we start with. Now timelines, because I have audience which is across these grades. So if you're in 9, start with your profile building mentoring with us. We offer profile building mentoring to help you to understand your career options, to help you what you can do as extracurriculars. Okay, and of course this is where your 9th grade comes in picture. 10th, after your 10th, we start with your SAT coaching. We do SAT coaching, so you can join with us and we work on your profile as well. So again, a year where we can build things and your extracurriculars so that our resume looks very strong. 11th, again, we appear for IELTS or TOEFL or internship, or we can continue working on our profile building. We can take every six months different activities to do. And 12th, of course, we can't do much. We have to start with the applications. We have to do our essays. We have to do a letter of recommendations. We have to research on universities. We have to apply to them. So this is how the 9th, 10th, and 11th and 12th grades can work in. Okay. So this could be a timeline for all the parents and all the students who are joining from different grades. Of course, if you do a one-on-one, I can set up a really valuable thing again, customized to what you want to do. So again, this brings me to our offerings. We are clean counselors. Let me tell you very strongly here, and I really want to tell all the parents out here, you join us or not, that is your decision. But please don't fall prey for someone who is promising you something which looks out of the world, which looks out of the topic, this thing, because some things don't come that easy. Okay, there are no free lunches. We are looking for your child who's so young. You're a parent who are going to spend lakhs and crores of rupees behind your child's education. So please don't go for any shortcuts. There are a lot of shortcuts which looks like, that is going to save your money in the start, but at the end it is your child's future which is priceless. And that's exactly which we honor, we respect, and we want those kind of students and parents only who respect their time, their money, and their efforts. So that's where we come in picture. We offer one-on-one counseling. We have a track record of almost 8,000 plus students across UG, PG, and PhD whom we have counseled. I work with a very strong team of 17 people who are as ethical as I am, who work as what I am talking right now. And we are a team who sits in Mumbai but cater to anyone, everyone in any of the places, because everything goes online very smoothly right now. If you're Mumbai based, of course you can come and see us, but if you're not, you need not worry, because we have Zoom sessions, we do one-on-one with you, and absolutely goes smoothly. And we have been in 11 years in the same place, so we are not running away with your money. So let me tell you that as well, because yes, trust is very eluded right now. Trust is easily broken, but we are sitting here since 11 years trying to build that trust. And you can also go on our Google reviews to check our reviews as well. Okay, so I'm that confident. Rishi has also shared with you all the possible social media channels of us. Follow us for us to judge us, to understand about us, and try to see whether we are the right fit for you or not. So we have one-on-one, we have coaching, we have counseling, coaching of SAT, we have one-on-one. If you want SAT demos, if you want IELTS demo, we can give you demo as well. We're so open, we're so confident about our coaching. You can take our demo and we can definitely, we are so confident that you would love it. You would really like to join with us. So these are all the kind of coaching. So all these services are what we offer: counseling, coaching, visa. As I said, yes, we can do it for any country, maybe UK, Australia, Canada, Germany, Netherlands, Europe, France. We cater, most of the UG students and parents typically apply to multiple countries, and we engage and support that as well. So we can apply in this counseling to multiple countries as well. We are available on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Quora website. Our website is www.educationstate.in. Google about Education State Mumbai. You will see our Google reviews. We have a lot of content on our Instagram, YouTube. At Education State is our page. If you found any trust or any slightest of interest in us, follow us on our page. That's a simple step that you can do, so that you understand that what we are doing, a better chance for you to judge us, a better way to judge us. So do that. That will definitely help you and engage us with. This is our contact number, this is our email ID for you to get in touch with. This is our website name. There's also a contact form, and Rishi has already shared with you a Calendly link. So if you're looking for a one-on-one 30-minute session, you can definitely take that session. It is costed at only rupees 500. We want that 500 rupees not to make money, but we want serious people who are looking forward to engage with us, understand us, have their queries solved. That is why we are just taking 30 minutes, 500 rupees. It could go to 45 minutes also, for us to actually get more detailed, also have your skin in the game, so that we can counsel only the right people, because otherwise we have so many overwhelming responses and it doesn't work any for both of us, right? So we want only few people. It's okay, only few people will join us, that's okay, but we want people who are really interested and who can resonate with what we are offering. So I hope the session was useful. This brings me to the end of the session today. I'm now going to jump down to the questions. I'm going to talk about your questions and your doubts and everything. So thank you so much for being there. Thank you so much, so many parents out there. And please, before you leave, if you can leave me a feedback about how it was, or how do you think, even if it was not meeting your point of view or your interest, please let us know that also. We accept all kind of feedbacks for us to improve, and that's what we are here for. Our motto is to help students and guide them the best possible. Thank you. So coming down to the questions, let me start with all right, Adarsh, my brother is in 12th grade. Adarsh, perfect time, you need to start now itself. If he's in 12th, that means he's going to finish his 12th in, say, I don't know whether he's finishing this year or he's finishing next year. If he's finishing this year itself, like say March or April, then in that case, September 22 is going to be very late for us to apply, but we can see what we can do. But Jan 23 is what we can apply for him. Okay. So get in touch with us for that. You have also asked about scholarships. I think I spoke about scholarship, Adarsh. We need to make the best application for us to get scholarship. Every university has scholarships. Okay. So I hope, Adarsh, that answers you. Juhi, ma'am, in my documents, I don't have a surname. It's just Juhi. And I've heard that for applying to foreign university or student visa, you need to have a surname. So Juhi, you're rightly stating that, but there are ways about utilizing your mark sheet. So if that's the same in your passport also, there is another way how to handle that. If it's just in your mark sheet, you need not worry about it. Okay. However, in passport, yes, for visa, it can be an issue, but there are different ways about how to proceed still with that. Or if we have time, the best thing would be to change your passport. We cannot change the mark sheets, but we can change the passport. So whatever is the best possible option available to you, I would definitely recommend you understanding where we are going or which year you are. I need to understand what time bandwidth we have in hand, right? But do not worry, it is not something that will not that we cannot work around with. We definitely have solutions for that. Okay. Anmol, do you deal in MBBS or medicine? So, sir, MBBS and medicine works very differently abroad. Okay, if you think you want to send your child to US, there is no direct admission into MBBS. You have to send your child for medicine. Bachelor of Sciences with biology. He does his 4-year degree. Then he does pre-meds. He clears the exam, the license exam, and then he enters into Bachelor of Medicine. That means his journey is going to be, say, around 7 to 8 years to get an MBBS degree. Okay. Whereas there are some countries like UK, or say there are some universities in other countries which allow into Bachelor of Medicine, but the seats are very limited for international students, that making it is very, very competitive. You may ask me that where can I support? So I can support you for these, but it's very competitive. However, you may then ask me whether for China or Ukraine or say Russia, which has very easy admissions for MBBS, I would say save your money. Please don't send them there. These countries will not offer you any benefit apart from even taking the little money that they're taking from you. It's not helpful in the long run. So I would definitely say there are varied areas for you to try. So if time and money is not a concern, we can look for developed countries like US and UK as well. But the route is not directly MBBS. It is first Bachelor of Science in Biology, and then the process starts. So if you're looking for that, you can join us with the Calendly link, take a one-on-one session with us, and we can guide and support you in whatever best way we can. Okay. Adarsh, when do students already in 12th grade apply for SAT? So, Adarsh, I don't see your brother has the time to apply for SAT right now. There are a lot of universities in US which offer admission without SAT as well. And due to COVID, a lot of students were any which way is not able to take SAT. So, get in touch with us, book an appointment with us, and we can help you out more further. Sanjay sir, thank you so much. Appreciate, very nicely explained. Thank you for your kind words. Means a lot. Really, really, thank you so much. Naman, interested in one-on-one session. I hope Naman you have booked. Okay, you have booked it. Thank you, Naman. You have booked it. I got your message. See you in one-on-one session. We can definitely align your interest in that. Thank you so much, Naman, to register for the same. Priya Jain, can we offer all the offer letters and pay the deposit fees if you are awaiting a reply from the desired university? Priya, if you already have offer letters and if you pay all the deposit fees, if that is something which you think is a good option, you can. But I would say choose a offer, choose a right one, and then pay the fees, because even if money doesn't matter, I don't see any utilization. So if you have offers and you want to discuss which is the right offer for your child or for you, if you are a student, you can get in touch with us, book an appointment, and we can help you out with the same as well. Okay. So Priya, I think we can support if you are there. Naman, I'm in Mumbai on Monday. Can I visit your office? Naman, definitely. I think my team shall get in touch with you. In Mumbai, we can definitely talk about post this session. Let me have a call done to you so that we can, decide on the time. Uh, Priya Jain, I mean, can we accept all the offers and pay the if you're, I think I've answered for that. Anmol sir, I've answered. Do you deal in MBBS? Then Sanjay sir, thank you, sir, so much. Dinesh Chopra, which are the best Canadian universities for engineering? There are lot many. The question ideally should be that whether what is a perfect university for the profile of my child. So knowing best doesn't serve the purpose, but still, as I don't know the profile right now, Dinesh, I will say Toronto, University of Toronto, Alberta, Manitoba, British Columbia, York University. These are some very good universities that you can consider for you as well. Okay. Kunal, ma'am, my parents not have enough fund for study abroad, but I want to study. Kunal, I understand this issue. We all have desires. We definitely want to reach out to where we want to. I cannot say much, because if the parents do not have funds, please understand, it's not that they don't want to send you. It's something which they are restricted for. Okay. Talk it out with them that what funds could be available, and you can give that budget. If something works out in that and something good works out in that, we can help you out. Otherwise, consider it this way: study your bachelor's here, because bachelor's is very expensive. Later on, for masters, you can go for 1 year or so, which will still allow you to enter the country, be there and work there. And then that the cost would be, way lesser than your bachelor's. So this could also be an ideology. I cannot say much if the funds are not there, because definitely funds is a requirement to go abroad, Kunal. Yeah. Okay. Okay, Smita, if someone has a gap year, yes, the student is still eligible. Okay. It depends if the gap year is because of some academic failure, or is it because it's by choice. A lot of students after 12th take a academic gap also. So that's absolutely fine. We can really, really help you. Okay. Adarsh, how much does national level certificate in games help in getting scholarship? Adarsh, it helps a lot. Typically it helps a lot in US. Okay. And we know how to do that as well, so we can definitely support you in the same as well. Okay. So it definitely, I have students who've got 60%, 70% scholarship as well. So I think I've covered a good amount of questions, and it's 6:10 already. I hope all of you who have joined, there are still good number of people in the webinar room. I have, if you can leave a feedback to us and also join us in our one-on-one session. If you want a one-on-one customized answers to your queries, I would definitely look forward for you to come with one-on-one with me. And, I would definitely help you out in the same. The link for Calendly is already been shared, and we can definitely help you out with that. So I know Naman who's booked the one-on-one session. Are there any who are looking forward for the one-on-one session? Yes, Mrs. Call, scholarships are available in Canada. As I said, scholarship is available in most of the countries and universities. But understand, scholarship is not given to everyone and anyone. Scholarship is given to people who are with good profile and also who's applying to a university for the right fit. That is where the equation comes. Now, this is where we have to, work for you to align you to the right universities for your child's profile. Okay. Yes, Dinesh, a lot of coaching institute presses for JEE. It's a sad note. I can go a lot talking about it, that how poor the system has become, where the coaching institutes have become more important, lesser than the institutes. And that's something which is absolutely not a good state of education. Hence, a lot of parents consider the child to go abroad, where there is a lot of approach, there's a lot of curiosity given, a lot of direction given to students, where they understand what they want to do rather than the system telling them that this is only the thing to do, and this is the herd mentality. So Dinesh, I would suggest, if you're looking out or if you are suitable to send your child, or you are the one who's looking out to go abroad, you can definitely take an opportunity, have a one-on-one session with me, and we can discuss much more in length about it. All right, so it's 6:12. We are over and above our time. So thank you so much. These are our contact number, and this is where we can help and support you as well in future. So thank you all for being such a perfect audience for us. I see more questions pouring in. I okay. I'll take one more. Priya, ideally, what is perfect time to plan the funds after getting offer? So I would say, Priya, at Education Street, we start parents counseling about funds from the day we start applying. But in case if you already have offer, I don't see that means you're going for this September, I'm assuming. That means you need to start with your funding. Yes, you have time. You can, that also depends on your university, how much time they've given you to accept the offer. Okay, so I would say you would have time, a month or so. But again, I cannot say anything until and unless I know the details. I would be wrong in giving you that information. So Priya, if you really want us to help you out with the visa counseling or funds or financial counseling, please go for a one-on-one counseling, and I can support you in that forum. Okay, this won't be the right forum to help you out. All right, okay. Thank you. That was my last question, and have a nice weekend, and all the best to all of you. Rishi, please share the link again with them, because there are a lot of people who are still asking questions. I can take them when I have one-on-one session with them. Thank you.